Hello everyone, and welcome to this brand new Let's Play that I've been working very hard for quite a while to get done. Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3 ROM hack, or well, technically ISO, but ROM hack. I will not be going through this adventure alone, however. Joining me today is a returning guest from Final Fantasy 1. Please announce yourself.
Hello everybody, it's DTD, Dust to Dust, back again for another Final Fantasy collaboration with Assassin Bros.
Yes, but unlike the one episode we did for Final Fantasy 1, Dust here is going to be with me through the entire series.
Absolutely. And I would like to announce that Final Fantasy Tactics... Oh, I don't know about that, but I will say this, Final Fantasy Tactics is without a doubt my favorite Final Fantasy game, all because of the fact that it's actually the game that introduced me to the Final Fantasy series. So, will be enjoying this very likely. And Assassin Bros, if you have any advice at all, or should I say, if you want any advice, then I'll glad to help you out.
Remember, this is the 1.3 version, so there are a few changes.
Right. It's probably different from what we've known, from the versions that we've played, from the PS1 version to the PSP remake, and now, well, I would assume that 1.3 is going to have a whole lot of twists and turns.
Oh yeah, for example, a lot of the knight abilities are 3/4 space ranged.
Nice! That's an improvement. I'm so glad they did something like that.
It is once you get a knight. The first few fights when you don't have one are really annoying, though.
Figures,
I've actually lost the tutorial fight in this game.
Wow, it's that difficult? That's amazing.
Well, not necessarily that difficult. I just didn't realize all the changes, and the knight kept lowering the power of all my characters, so they were doing 0 damage by the time I got to them.
Ah, you gotta watch it when they do their status effects. That's the key. You gotta watch it when they do those status effects. It could actually turn the tides.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of tutorial fights, welcome to Monestary.
I remember when I first played Tactics. It was just a magical journey that was just waiting to be discovered. And it was amazing.
Well, while the original Tactics in the PSP version might be heavenly, this game sucks. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that difficulty-wise. It sucks.
I mean, I'd figure it'd be pretty challenging, especially for anybody like us, especially for people like us.
I still want to see DK play through this game. I think it'd be hilarious.
Wait a minute, me?
You and DK.
In all honesty, I would see DK beating this before me.
Well, I don't know. You have more tactics experience than he does.
Well, I guess that's kind of true since I actually got in War of the Lions, I got 3 Dark Knights. Rom's is one of them. But I have 2 custom Dark Knights and an actual Onion Knight who's mastered every single job in the game. And by the way, that is not easy to do to get an Onion Knight to be mastered completely.
Getting an Onion Knight's pretty easy.
Yes, that's the easiest thing at all. But I'm talking about making an Onion Knight's job level up to star, up to pretty much master. You literally have to master every single job in order for that to be confirmed complete as a fulfilled master job. And mastering every job in Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions is a pain in the ass. All because of one...
Yeah, I'd say that the Onion Knight and the Summoner aren't worth mastering, because by the time you master them, you've beat the hardest boss in the game.
Summoner is the reason why it's a pain in the ass. Because you have to survive the final summon that you can get in the game in order to master summon. Which is a pain in the butt. And it's stupid. I honestly wish it had been more like something, say, a summoning stone or some item, or an exclusive summon you get after you do certain requirements in the game that allows you to actually unlock it instead of fighting the secret boss. It'd make much more sense if they did that. But all in all, Tactics is still a beautiful and amazing game, and I wish Square would actually continue this series. But sadly, they're pretty much just working on remake of 7, Kingdom Hearts 3, which I'm excited for as well. And I would assume, oh yeah, the PS4 remake of Secret of Mana. That's another thing they're doing.
Lately, when it comes to Square and Final Fantasy games, while I admit I love them all, they are not what they used to be.
No, they're really not. They're pretty much derailing from being turn-based into action RPGs now.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. They just don't do it right. They
don't. They really don't. Although I don't care how many people say this. There's only one. There is another Final Fantasy game that I would actually call one of the best. Even though I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from comment section from your video and probably on my channel as well. I love Lightning Returns. The last game of the 13th is a great game. It is amazing because you actually have control over Lightning. You can control your characters. You can tell them. You can get them to dodge. You can get them to block. There is so much strategic customization that you could do with that game. It is insane. It's just the biggest downside, which is the biggest turnoff for everybody when people think about that game, is the clock. That's it. Yeah. I mean, the minute you get to, I should say, the last day of the game. Spoilers for everybody about Lightning Returns, in case if nobody's ever played it. Around the last day, that clock is gone. You are free to do whatever the hell you want. Seriously, that clock is gone. You do not have to worry about leaving battles and then your time being taken away. You can just keep playing the game. It's just you're playing on the last day, which is kind of solidified in one single area, but still, you can actually play the game without dealing with the clock. So there you go. There's one little thing that you can redeem about for Lightning Returns.
Do you remember the original PS1 version of Tactics if the NPC characters actually said stuff when they attacked?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Gafgarian, master of all swords, cut energy, night sword. And of course it was guarded by the stupid archer. When I get around to my character's turn, I'll go down through the list of what all he can do and stuff. For those of you who thought this was just a voiceover, since I was just running through all the text without saying anything.
I honestly wish I could watch you actually do your recording now so that we could actually do some commentating, like, through the actual game. Like, I would probably commentate as Agrius or Ramza or Deleted. You could, I don't know, be commentating for the rest of the characters or something like that.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, but we would have to do share play. Or, no, not share play, but something like Skype for video Skype and things like that. We don't want to do that. Nope. Because Skype takes up too much.
If I had a beefier computer, I'd try that, but with the way I have things set up now, no way. Alright, for those of you who are new to Tactics, which I would be surprised if there are lots of you, which I'm sure there are.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Where my fan base came from.
On all honesty, Assassin Bros, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not that many people that actually know or even played Tactics, because Tactics was a game that pretty much derailed from the classic Final Fantasy and made it more of a strategic RPG instead of just a regular JRPG.
Yeah, so most of my fan base came from Diablo, so.
Yeah, because when you're talking about a game like Tactics, you'd be thinking like, oh, we can actually command our opponents and everything. We can command our actual, we can like set up our moves and stuff like that. But then when you start looking at the game itself, it looks like chess. And that's what kind of turns into a bigger turnoff for everybody. It looks like chess.
Chess is my favorite board game, so it fits along fine with me.
Checkers is mine.
Right, but anyway, for those of you new to Tactics, when you get to your battle menu, You have 5 options: move, act, wait, status, and auto battle. You will never see me turn auto battle on. It is stupid. Do not do it.
Auto battle is very stupid unless you want to try to do like a strategic, a strategic like little plan you got that can like loop the game and make you broken as heck. I mean,
Well,
I've seen
really easy
but it really
method.
doesn't. But it really doesn't matter because you can be broken in that game regardless of what you do.
Yeah, and there's a really easy grinding method in this game where you can turn all your characters into frogs and then put them on auto battle.
That is true.
You'll never see me do it.
But the thing is, that's one of the strategies. For me, I actually just kept on using JP ups, and also I kept on like getting job up points and experiences by just using accumulate, or should I say, which is what was called in the original Final Fantasy Tactics, but it was called what was it called in War of the Lions when they renamed the moves for Squire whenever they try to I'm trying to remember the Squire ability that powers you up. It powers your speed. It powers up every stat that you have. I'm trying to remember what it was called, renamed.
I don't remember what that is either. I know Tailwind's for speed. Chant was for attack. I don't remember what the other ones were though. But when you open up statuses, you get to see your weapons, your armors, what abilities you have equipped, your bravery, your faith, your attack power, all that sort of stuff. You see that in every menu for every battle, so you probably won't see me use that much either. Wait makes you skip your turn, then you can move across the board. Anywhere that's highlighted blue, you can move. I, unfortunately, don't really have anywhere I can move to be good for me, so I'm going to go ahead and move here next to Gafgarian. And as for Act, Ramza, who I named my usual YouTube name in this, gets Attack and Guts to start off with. This is random every time you start the game. This time I got Dash, which you smash into the enemy with the chance of interrupting spellcasting. Throw Stone, which is the best move in the game. I'm sure Dust can attest to that one.
Well, that depends on what version it is.
It's great in this version. What's this one? Heal, which recovers from abnormal status effects. Not all of them, but it does cure Darkness, Silence, Poison, Stop, and Berserk. And Cheer Up, which inspires others to keep fighting. Is the name for it, but it gives them regen, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and cheer up myself because of that goddamn knight down there.
Oh, and don't forget Wish. Wish is an ability that that Squires use to actually give some of their HP to their allies.
That is an ability in this game, however, that is not what it does. In this version, Wish has a chance to revive the dead.
Oh, wow.
It's basically
like
the monk's revive ability.
Nice. I like that. That actually sounds better.
Extremely handy.
Oh, here's the thing, though. Is it like the monk's revive ability, which means can it miss?
It can miss, yes, but I believe it has almost double the accuracy that the monk thing does.
I was going to say, because that's pretty bad if it's a revive that misses, because that's one of the problems I didn't like about monks. They have revive, but that doesn't mean it's going to actually happen.
To be fair, because monk's usually what I main into normal tactics and War of the Lions, I've seen the actual raise and re-raise spell miss more than I have revive.
Oh yeah, raise and re-raise is also very inaccurate when it comes to trying to reviving these well, because it's so powerful, and on top of that, your chances with the RNG, it just screws you over so many times.
Yeah, but that right there is what I meant. You see how that knight just slowed my one ally from 4 spaces away? Almost every knight ability in this version is now ranged, and they all do different effects than what they originally did. Of course,
so
you
wait
have
a
normal
minute.
stat debuffs and weapon breaks, but
So let me get this straight, Assassin's Bros. Are you telling me that if I was in 4 spaces away from my enemy and I had a knight, I could use Power Break, Magic Break, helmet break, weapon break, shield break, and I could do all of those moves just by being 4 spaces in range.
Yes.
Wow, they really did buff them up.
I believe they balanced it out in the fact that the closer you are, the more a chance it has to hit. But yes, they made it a bit more overpowered than what it used to be.
I can see. I see that they're really trying to make knights a little bit more stronger than they were back when they were in the originals. Well, and War of the Lions. Because when it comes to accuracy and when it comes to power, they're great, but with speed and defense, well, defense, it's actually normal. Speed, no. They do, because their boosters are mainly on physical and defense. They were mainly tanks. That's what knights were. They were tanks.
Yeah, now they're badass and they kick your ass. I tried playing through this on my own a while back, and I got about halfway through Chapter 2. That's it.
That's it. The gloves are off. The game's starting to go hard mode on you, and it's going to be very, 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 very very much a pain in the ass.
What would you rate?
Yes.
What would you rate the difficulty of the level after the tutorial level? Because in normal versions, I'd give it a 2, a 3, maybe, in terms of difficulty.
I don't actually understand what you just asked me. What was that?
The fight after the tutorial fight, the first fight in the flashback, where it's your first fight alongside Delita. What would you rate that fight in terms of difficulty?
Oh. I'd give it a 3.
Yeah. I'd give it about an 8 for this version.
Oh, wow. They upped the ante on that. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. The fight with Gafgarian, I'd give it a 6, maybe a 7 in terms of difficulty in the normal versions. This version, I'd give it an 11.
Oh, my God. So, when you hit to Lionel Castle, well, yeah, when you hit to Lionel Castle in Chapter 2, it's going to get a lot more tougher than it was before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, which means I can't be trolling with him by being a ninja and using my speed as an advantage to steal his weapons and double hit him. Oh, shit.
Oh, you could probably still do that. But he's still
I figured I could, but besides that, I figured, oh, no, it's going to be a lot more difficult, though, because he may have 2 times or 3 times the more speed. Or the fact is that his defense may have gone up, and you're not going to be doing that much damage if you're a ninja, because ninjas are mainly about speed, not attack. Unless you have strong ninja weapons. But if you don't, well, good luck.
I'm not talking about the fight in Lionel Castle either. I'm talking about the fight at the gallows.
Oh.
And yes, Gafgarian is the biggest issue there. You'd think it'd be the time mages, like in the original one. No, Gafgarian rapes you. And he rapes you hard.
Oh, God. I remember the time mages being a pain in the ass when I first did that fight. Ugh. And I had to get rid of them first. Lesson learned there. But now, if Gafgarian's the real problem, I'm going to need some serious firepower.
If I end up making it there before I rage too much at this series, you'll see. That might be a 2 or 3 episode fight, just in the terms of how many times I'll have to retry it, because I still haven't beat it on my normal file.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe not 2 or 3 episodes, but 2 or 3 recordings worth of fights. I'll just upload the one I beat him in. Yeah, this game ramps up in difficulty really quick.
So would that also mean if you're trying to grind by yourself and you're fighting the monsters, they're actually even way more tougher than they're supposed to be?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
You thought chocobos are mean and nasty in the original version?
No, don't remind me. Don't even make me think about the chocobos of how hard they're going to be. Ugh! I've already had bad enough moments in my life fighting those goddamn things when I played the War of the Lions, and I was just...
Meteor that the red chocobos have does all 9s. Every hit.
What? Aw, god damn it.
Well, maybe not quite that much, but it's nice to hear you worry.
Wait a minute, what about the choco ball from the black chocobos? How much damage does that do?
I don't know. I was smart enough to kill all the chocobos before they had a chance to do anything.
Good, but I still need the stats on that, because if that does 999 with the Choco Meteor, I don't even want to know how much the Choco Ball attack does, because that move was also a pain in the ass when you're first fighting against Black Chocobos, because they have so much range.
Alright, the only people left are me, Agris, Gefgarian, and the enemy knight.
Did one of your knights die?
The one hard thing about this knight is he comes with most of the knight abilities. He regens every time he moves.
Oh,
and he has counters.
So he has HP Walker then.
Yep.
Shit.
HP Walk and counter, which makes this a really annoying fight.
Oh my god.
Granted, all the characters do 30 or 40 every time he hits them, but then he runs away and heals 19 or 20 every time he moves. See, like
God,
that?
God damn it.
And he just broke Ram's weapon.
Oh, wow.
Shield? It said weapon break, yet it broke my shield.
Okay, that's a mistranslation.
It's either a mistranslation, or it targeted my left-hand weapon, air quotes, and that'd be my shield.
Would that mean that whenever anything's your left hand, that would mean the weapon and your right would be your shields?
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't seem to understand that.
Oh, no, but it was my weapon. Must be it said sword, and I just read it wrong.
Ew. Well, that sucks.
Well, at least now I'm doing 15 damage with my bare fist. You break my armor, I'm gonna let these two beat the hell out of you, because I won't be able to do anything.
Yes, let Agrias Waifu destroy the living hell out of them. Status swords everywhere. Although Knight Sword is still one of the best, still literally without a doubt the best sword magic attack ever.
Gefgarian, why are you casting fire? You're an idiot. Standing right next to him, and he powers up for a black magic spell. What the hell?
Why does he have black magic in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff that they have that they didn't have before. Now he's going to move closer, attack me, I'm going to get hit with fire.
It doesn't make sense why Gefgarian has black magic, though. Idiot has freaking sword magic. That's 10 times stronger than regular magic.
Oh no, he just did 26 damage to him with the fire spell.
That's decent. I would say spam the fuck out of Knight Sword. Just do that and you're pretty much golden, because that not only does it do damage, but it absorbs the damage that you give to the opponent and it heals you. Unless this version actually did something about that.
No, it still heals him.
Okay, then there you go. It's still busted. That
was almost timed perfectly because he used it as you were saying that.
That figures. And figures. It's like he heard me from across the freaking map. You heard me from cyberspace.
The audio isn't synced up right, and we're like 10 seconds ahead or something, which would be really annoying when I go to edit it.
That could be true. Yeah.
Rams is down. Kick his ass.
Oh no. You need to get him out. You need to save him. You need to save him. Unless Ramza was the only character you actually control, which means you need to hope that they save your butt.
Well, it's a tutorial fight, so they don't have the countdown timer. But I have had it where that knight's wiped out Gafgarian and Agris first, and it ended up being just me and him left, and he wiped me out, and I lost the fight.
Damn. So even in this version, you could even lose. You can even lose the freaking game itself in the tutorial. That tells you this game is just gotten buff. It's just got buffed. It's never going to be nerfed, and on top of that, it's just taking freaking material steroids.
How many episodes you feel like doing tonight?
Well, I'm free for this entire week, and you want to upload them by Tuesday, so.
Well, I'm only gonna edit and upload the first one tonight or tomorrow.
Okay then. How about this one and maybe one more?
Okay. This one's almost over anyway, so.
I find that to be okay for me.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do one story fight per episode. Which means this is gonna be a long series.
It definitely is. Especially
but
if
it's
you're playing
either one fight per episode or hour-long episodes.
Well, I cropped the videos a little bit just to like count out the problems where it's like, this turned into a fail, so I gotta crop this out so that way people don't know, so that way it won't make the video so long.
Oh yeah, if I lose a fight, I'll probably end up editing it out or leaving part of it in if we have funny commentary or something. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of this episode. You're gonna miss a little bit of text because it auto scrolls, but hey, what can you do? How would you like to do the outro, good sir? Great outro. See you next time.
See you later, people.